Hey guys, I'm here. Today we're going to be checking out the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. It has arrived here on Peacock. It's also in theaters, but they did do a dual release. I'm watching this at home because I definitely wanted to share this with you guys for Halloween. And yeah, dude, I'm kind of looking forward to this. I've never played a single one of these games, so I'm going to go ahead and get that out of the way up front. I've seen like little snippets of the gameplay itself. All I know is it's set within this like what kind of arcade kind of pizzeria, which is kind of nostalgic to me in a lot of ways, because when I was a kid growing up, we used to go to places like that all the time. The one around here, we never had like a Chuck E. Cheese or anything like that. We had a place called Billy Bob's Wonderland that had a whole collection of Rock-afire explosion animatronics as the titular attraction. I love when you kind of twist something like that that's seemingly innocent and give it like a little bit of a horror spin. So I'm curious to see how this is handled, if this works as a accurate gateway to the game's world themselves, because again, I don't really know anything. I know that there's a metric F-ton of these games sprinkled out throughout the years in just the short time that they've kind of been around, and I know they've got a lot of, from what I've heard, just a lot of really built-in and ingrained, like interconnected lore as the world is kind of built out from the original franchise. So it's mildly intimidating, considering, you know, I have seen the trailers, even though the only one I was able to actually post here on the channel was the teaser. Every time I tried to do the official trailer, it just, unlike other channels, for whatever reason, I couldn't get mine unblocked or viewable at all for you guys, so I just gave up. But we'll see how it goes with the film. I know Matthew Lillard's in this, huge fan of him, and Josh Huchterson, also great little talent. I haven't seen pop up in anything in some time, so those are two things that draw me in as well as just the morbid curiosity of what's this all about, you know? What are the kids into these days? I'm excited to see what all the hubbub's about. If this is an accurate representation, I'm sure you guys will know. I'm not gonna be the guy you come to be like, oh, he's gonna catch all the little allusions, homages, and Easter eggs. Not at all, buddy. This is somebody going in knowing next to nothing about this series other than security cameras and spooky electronics. So with that all said, guys, let's go ahead and hop in. If you want to see the full-length reaction, check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, gets you access as well. It is in watch-along format, so you will need your own footage to sync up with the time codes to react to the entire film. Over there, you also get to suggest and vote on what movies to react to each month. We got monthly Q&As, behind-the-scenes footage, try to make it worth your while, since you're going to support the channel. But guys, at the end of the day, I really appreciate it if you enjoy this reaction to leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already, because it really does help these videos out. Before we jump into this, I do want to thank the team over at Prepper for helping me edit down these highlights for YouTube. And with that all said and out of the way, let's finally take a trip to Freddy's. Here we go. Oh, wait. Is this, the previous security guard? Good old Huchterson's going to be replacing. Well, okay. First thing my hand would be on would be that flashlight. He's not even going back for it. What are you doing? Oh, he thought he was home free. Oh. Oh, whoa. What in the world? Wow, that's yucky. Like, I'm familiar with the iconography. Like, some of these characters look familiar. I couldn't tell you anybody other than Freddy's name, though. He keeps isolating and making away with stray children, dude.
Abby, come on.
Okay, okay.
You know I have somewhere I have to be. Come on, let's go. 5 minutes, I need you dressed.
Though the dreamer remains asleep, he walks through memory as if experiencing it for the first time anew. No longer a passenger, an active participant.
Is he trying to dream walk into a repressed memory?
Some people think so. Guess it depends on what you believe.
I mean, I know there's like therapists that do like what's it called? Regression hypnosis.
So when are you gonna bring your sister by? We got this new flavor, Rainbow Explosion. I bet she'll go crazy for it. Mike?
Mike. Oh! Oh, whoa, whoa!
Number 27.
Did he have like a kid himself that was kidnapped? Because that was something personal right there. I mean, it looked like Steve Raglan, career counselor. That's my boy.
You beat up a man in broad daylight in front of his child.
Oh, yeah, he thought that guy was just making off with a kid.
I am just trying to figure out who you are, Mr. Michael.
Michael what?
Would you like some coffee? I made some coffee.
No.
What the hell? He's read his last name and his whole demeanor just changed.
It's a security gig. Full disclosure, it's not great, right? High turnover, that's what we call in the business, but you get to be your own boss.
That's one way to put it, I guess. Last guy got turned into a human blender.
I can't do nights. Thank you.
Wait, in case you have a change of heart.
There's something sussy about that. Eviction notice. Well, close enough.
Sitting on my friend.
You know what? I don't care.
Is he trying to conjure a specific memory? Yeah. I mean, why else would he be doing this? That was a dumb thing to even ask.
Is your brother okay?
Okay.
Yeah, that's why. That's also why he was extra sensitive about the lone kid. Oh, that was a good transition. Garrett! He's trying to see if he suppressed a license plate, a face, anything he can use.
Perfectly normal to sit around drawing pictures all day and talking to magical creatures who do not exist. You're the doctor.
She's a
And you're making
cartoon
me feel
character
like
herself.
I'm the crazy one?
Well, you're coming off kind of crazy.
I have really tried to play nice.
He's like, what the f is going on?
In your heart, you know that this is the right thing to do.
Oh,
I hope
great.
that you will sign it.
And if I don't?
We'll have to take you to court, where any judge with an ounce of sanity will see to it that you never see your sister again. Is that what you want?
What kind of bitch is this?
I mean, she has some good points, though. I'm hardly fit to be raising a kid.
I know a little girl who would strongly disagree.
Come on. She talks to Air more than she talks to me.
This is way more story than I expected, to be honest. About him, specifically.
Images are the most important tool we have for understanding the world around us. These are things children learn to communicate almost exclusively through pictures.
That's pretty true. I was a little sketch fiend.
I was just calling to see if that job that you offered was still available.
Oh, it absolutely is. Why? Have you had a change of heart?
There's just something about the way that Matthew Lillard's delivering these lines that make it just feel like I don't know, like an act. Cause this came out of nowhere, this job, you know?
This place was huge in the 80s with the kids.
This is such a
Been
good
shut down for years.
use of Lillard, dude.
Just keep your eyes on the monitors and and keep people out.
Now this right here, this is about all I know.
I will catch you on the flip side. Hopefully.
Yeah, he knows a little some, because something in his tone completely shifted his perspective when he read his last name. Maybe his brother's one of the kids that got taken away here, or two here for that matter. I don't know. Oh, dude, this is awesome, dude. Scotch, yes.
Let's introduce you to the stars of the show.
This busted nightmare fuel VHS. I'm not gonna lie, just kind of, even though I'm not there, obviously, but just like being in this setting, and like seeing all this stuff, it gives me the hankering for some pizza, dude. You know, I've seen art. I've seen people cosplay as these things. The animatronics look really good. I think I read something. I think the Jim Henson Creature Shop had some involvement on it. I don't know if they did the suits. I know they, at least I saw something that they consulted with it was the director of the movie. I'm not sure. I know they had some hand in it, and like this, they look good.
Did you see that car? You see what happened?
Uh-oh.
Did you see who took my brother? Wait! No!
Wow. Huh. 6 o'clock. Isn't that the cutoff? I think. Like, you have to make it to 6 o'clock or something. Somehow her imaginary friend has to tie into all of this. And all of her friends that she's drawing.
Welcome to Sparky's. Could I set you folks up with some
Ah! Matt Pat.
You're not eating.
Well, that's no fun.
Yep. Oh my god, of course.
Some people say that, but you know, it's just a theory.
Are you being paid by the word, or can we have a minute?
It's just a theory. A food theory. Oh my god.
My sister went over every inch of that dump 1,000 times. If there was something to find, she would have found it.
Oh, that's why she's doing it for free.
So I guess we're finished here, unless either one of you.
She
has
needs
a
Saul
brilliant
Goodman.
idea, which I realize is highly unlikely.
Why don't we just kill him?
I'm sorry, what?
We toss the place.
Go on.
Oh,
He's security
great.
guard, right?
Go ahead. Do it. Do it. Come on in. Fuck with the place. Find out.
Mess up the place good. We help ourselves to whatever we find along the way. Your nephew gets canned. Judge gives you the kid, and you give us...
Guess we do need to fill in some
$2,000.
non-main character bodies to have some stuff happen.
But do it fast, and don't mess it up. I mean, you don't mess it up, but don't mess this up.
What is her... It can't matter that much to her, man.
I'm coming with you.
No, you're not. Give me the vest.
No,
Give me the vest now.
I'm coming with you.
Why?
He's taking my battery! Keeping it!
No. She's all yours.
Oh yeah. We're down one night, right? Will the movie span only 5? I'm curious about that. Oh, because he's not sleeping in his bed anymore. He's sleeping here. That's why he was trying to tear down the poster. I thought he was giving up and was ripping it down.
Who took Garrett?
Oh. The hook. Oh! Jeez. Got me with that one. Yeah. One of them's got a hook hand. And one of the kids was wearing, like, bunny ears or something, too. Oh. I don't know what that Krusty the Clown ass laugh was right there.
Name's Vanessa. You must be the new security guard. You're bleeding, by the way.
Oh, interesting. He's like, how the hell?
Have you met them yet?
I'm sorry, what? Met who?
Prepare to have your mind blown.
Yep, there's the hook.
This is...
The best thing you've seen in your entire life?
I wouldn't say that. How many are there?
Wanna dance?
1, 2, 3, 4. There was 5 kids, though.
But you said some kids went missing?
That's why the place shut down? You really didn't do your homework, did you? Now you're official.
Maybe the characters are all just weird in this world. In this film, man, because like
Just do your job and you'll be fine.
I mean, let's look at the aunt. She is kind of insane and a bit of a cartoon character, so maybe I'm just weird being oh, okay, it's him. Suspicious of Lillard and her and all that other stuff. Vibes are just weird about this place, man. Then we have these 2 characters. That was a night 2, right?
I think I see a way in.
Wow, okay. It's booting up without him being there. Uh-oh. What was that? This house will defend itself. I like the camera angles, like just seeing the shadows from the security camera footage. Hey man, I'm having fun, at least. I don't know how this stacks up to the game, but like, I'm having fun. I'm enjoying it in leagues more than that Willy's Wonderland fucking movie with Nick Cage. Well, that's not creepy. Whoa, what the hell? An animatronic cupcake? Oh! Is that Cupcake one of the kids? Oh God! Squint. Target acquired.
What the hell are you doing?
Don't ever back into somewhere. It's also interesting this is all happening during the day, too. But I guess we wouldn't know if we're only there in the evenings anyway what their their normal hours are, like what they do in the downtime.
Hank?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Children on the phone. Oh, put the cupcake in the vent. You know, we haven't seen Freddy out and about yet. Oh, wait, what the hell? Hey, man, it's fun. I'm having fun. We're all having fun here. At least I hope so.
Jeff?
Jeff? Billy?
Carl?
Gonna get naked and take a shower.
Follow me.
Hey! Hey, wait!
Come on.
Okay, maybe the kids are separate from the machines then. Part of me was thinking maybe they were inhabiting them or trapped in them, maybe, I don't know. Or maybe they're just souls, so we're also murdered by them and are brought here and are trapped. Well,
How in the heck?
never mind, maybe. Whoa! 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 No more babysitter for you guys. Yeah, the kid's hand came out of the mouth, yanked her in, and she got, whew.
It's cool, huh?
Well, you're also down a babysitter, so you're gonna have to bring her with you now.
Somebody broke into Freddy's.
What happened?
Recognize these?
Look, it's not what you think. Okay, they're sleeping pills. They help me sleep.
I know what they are, Mike. It's written on the bottle.
Going back to the same dream, same place, night after night, it's not easy. So the pills help. Some other things like familiar sights, familiar sounds.
Pining for fun?
They were like those perfect parents you'd see on old TV shows. Like every night we would sit down together. We'd have family dinner and we'd hold hands and say grace.
No.
You and Abby, you still have each other. From where I sit, I'd say you're lucky.
You might still need those. Okay, never mind.
You stay alert.
I mean, hell, yeah, yeah, that's a good point. We're escalating. He needs to be alert.
Good night.
It's like we're camping.
Oh. Oh, what if her imaginary friend is Garrett? Abby. No?
Help me remember the man who took my brother.
What will you give us?
Anything. I'll give you anything you want.
Yeah, don't say that. Because, that's gonna be your...
Abby!
What in the world were they doing?
They wouldn't stop tickling me. I thought I was gonna die. Freddy, this is my brother, Mike.
Okay.
Mike, this is Bonnie.
Bonnie,
Foxy, and
Foxy,
Chica.
Chica. Wait, was it Foxy or Roxy? I would assume Foxy.
Bye.
I have so many questions, man. Yep, that's them. How, though?
Are they...
Ghosts?
Yeah.
Of course. How else could they make the robots move?
She's so... Duh. What else could it be?
Can you explain this to me? You drew that, right?
Wow.
Did that boy ever tell you anything about the man driving that car? Okay, just think really hard, okay?
All they talk about is a yellow rabbit.
Yellow rabbit.
I can ask.
I would really appreciate that.
This took a turn I didn't expect. I knew there were dead kids involved in this somehow. They've gone well outside the bounds of what I was expecting. She's not the yellow rabbit, is she?
You knew about this.
Guess you figured it out.
Ghost children possessing giant robots? Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah, would have been a good thing to know going into this.
I think we could use the tables for the fort.
What the hell? Yep, this was never in the cards for me, man.
Me too. But I think it's gonna rain soon.
Yeah, there's only 4 of them, unless the cupcake is one of them. Because there's 5 kids that visit him in the dreamscape.
They were designed to keep the animatronic parts in place so that a person could safely wear the suit. They tend to be pretty unstable. Let's see. Did you ask them about this?
Yeah, I tried. I don't think they like me very much, but they do like Abby.
You need to drop this.
Who the hell are you?
Someone who's trying to help.
God, man, I'm just so curious.
Finding the guy that did this is the only thing that matters to me.
Abby?
What the hell?
You're okay. So sorry.
Quite literal electric guitar.
You can do whatever you want with your own life, but if you ever bring Abby back here again, I will shoot you.
Oh my God. I have a thought, but I'm going to keep it to myself for a little bit.
I need your help. Hey, why don't you get dressed and then come to the kitchen, okay? I want to talk to you about something.
Okay.
He call his aunt.
Well, there's my favorite.
Yeah.
Hate you, Mike!
Well, I think that went well.
Oh no. I wouldn't want to sleep here knowing these giant robo monsters are running around with dead kids controlling them and that they don't like me. One's already slashed them up once.
This isn't real.
But it could be.
I'm sorry, what?
I just want to find the man that...
You're lying. You want to save Garrett. That's why you're really here.
I mean, that can't work, right?
You can have this dream every night. We can be together with him again, like before.
That's what he means.
You said we could have anything we wanted. We want Abby.
Knew it.
It's time to let her go, sweetheart. You were never the right person to take care of her.
Wow. So this is the con.
Okay.
What? No. Okay. All right. Hope you die. Screw you, dude. Maybe there's some, like, magic voodoo temptation beam happening to make him this stupid. Okay.
No, this is wrong. I don't
Good boy. Good boy. You did it. Unless there was something magically clouding his head or some shit, he was dumb as hell.
You leave Abby alone!
Now it's their turn to play with you, man. Oh, God. Jeez. These little gremlins, man, are getting the best of him. Oh, no. Oh. What is this one? Ooh, that was close. Oh, wow. Ooh, ugh. Yucky. Screw you too.
It's easy. Soak your chia overnight. Spread the seeds.
What year is this set in, by the way? Oh, shit. Is this a... What happened to him?
Not Freddy. They're all waiting for you.
Not Freddy.
Silly Aunt Jane. She fell asleep.
Forever. I'm sorry. Who drove this robot here?
What the? Oh my goodness. Why do I always get the weirdos?
Oh, well, I guess he didn't get away. Or did he? Oh, okay. She got to him first.
They want to make her like them.
Come on, let's go.
That one's not coming inside, though. Why? And it's gone.
Go.
Is that number 5? Is that the 5th one unaccounted for? Because the other Freddy in here wasn't messed up.
Very cruel man. He knew the parents would cry and the police would come looking, and he knew there's one place they'd never think to check. Why would anyone?
You see, that's a different one than the one that came to get her.
It's not just their ghosts that are inside of those machines. It's their bodies.
Why is she covering this up?
You need to tell me who he is.
His name is William Afton. He's my father.
That's what I was going to say earlier that I kept to myself. And he's the yellow rabbit. That's why she was so upset about him bringing his sister here. Because she was drugged here all the time, too.
I'm so sorry.
Tell me how to stop them. Tell me how to save my sister. You owe it to me and you owe it to them.
No, I can't. If he's there, I won't be any use to you. Believe me.
The hell is that supposed to mean? Oh! Nice. These effects were kind of garbage, but it works. It got the message across.
I don't like this.
Yeah, that one's fucking creepy. When their eyes light up like that, is that when they're like being controlled, or is that just when they become hostile?
Leave her alone. Are you okay? Are you hurt?
I don't know what's wrong with her. I don't know why she was trying to hurt me.
Listen to me. I've been an idiot about so many things. I've been stuck trying to fix the past, but you are the most important thing in the world to me, and I promise you I'm going to do better.
I love you too, Mike.
No.
Okay, come on.
Oh no. Uh-oh. The angry cupcake. Oh yeah. Yeah, I was like, the fox is the only one unaccounted for right now. How the hell is she a little ninja? Oh no. See, this is a completely different one too. What's the one outside? I went to her house. Oh, whoa!
This is perfect. First I killed your brother, now I killed you.
Wow.
Symmetry, my friend.
Who the hell?
Yeah, dude, that's gotta be Lillard. I'm pretty sure he said something like that back in the office. Yeah, that's him. That is him.
I have something for you to play with. This is gonna be so much fun.
His is a suit.
She will love it here. You, however, are finished.
He got to do his ghost face thing.
Come on. We both know you're not gonna use a... You had one job. One. Keep him in the dark and kill him if he got too close.
That's 2 jobs.
Another callback to The Office.
Let go!
I will let you hurt her too.
Hey.
Uh-oh.
They can see you now. They know what you did.
Look at you. I made you.
Ooh. 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 Oh. Whoa.
I always come back.
What's happening?
Relax.
Now their eyes are turning red. Aw, she's interacting now.
The turn she's taken these past few weeks.
Oh, she's not haunted by ghost kids. She's a little more open.
But you were there for me and Abby. And I don't think that either of us would be here today if it weren't for you. So get better. And we'll be here when you wake up.
No.
You okay?
I was just thinking,
Oh, it's the night they spent together.
can we visit them sometime?
You know what? You never know what can happen.
Well, what about the one running around? The one that came to her house with the missing eye and the jacked up Freddy. Well, there you have it, kids. We made it through. Is there a mid-credits anything? Looks like there's something in here. We'll let it play for a little bit. Oh, the cab driver was Corey X Kenshin. And I know that name. I've seen him pop up before, but I've never watched any of his stuff. But I've seen that name before. There's probably other stuff in here I didn't catch either. Obviously, there's probably Speak of the Devil.
Nope, not today. Sorry. I said read this.
What is that little thing? Is it an animatronic too? Why does it keep jump scaring people? Well, how did it get to the cab? What is that little thing? Is that a thing from the games at all? Cause it just keeps popping up. What in the world? I know it's not the fifth kid, right? It can't be. That's the one on the outside. That's the one that went to visit her to the house, right? The little blonde kid when she was like, Freddy, and he was like, no, I'm not Freddy. Who the heck was that? Was one of the kids' job just to kind of go out and peruse and just be on the outside, but then they all collectively? Because it doesn't seem like he's ever invited inside the playhouse. Lots of questions like that floating around in my head after the end of this. And maybe if I had played the game, some of it would make sense if I was seeing the puzzle pieces throughout the story in this. But as somebody just kind of coming to this fresh for the first time, I was really confused on that. Like the whole 5 kids in the dream. And then for the longest time, we only ever had 4 animatronics in there, but of course we had the cupcake, which I didn't know if it qualified as a child spirit. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. And then there was also the yellow rabbit, which they held off on for a long time, which revealed itself to not be any of the children, but William Afton, who was Steve Raglan, the guy who was the counselor who offered him this job in the first place. That whole scene kept coming back. There was a lot of things that kept referencing back to that scene from certain conversations with Vanessa that would come up and play back on some things that were said in that meeting. Especially like when he first offered them the job, you know, he was like, I need you to make sure the place is nice and safe. Also clean it. And he was like, that's 2 jobs. And then she made that same remark there when he was like, keep him away, keep him in the dark, and kill him if he gets too close. And she was like, that's 2 jobs. And then there was something about symmetry that he said earlier. Then obviously there was like just the mannerisms that kind of carried back. And then obviously he made the connection in his head. I would assume so. I assume he learned the name of one of the kids, all of the kids probably, that he kidnapped. The opening sequence where we see the yellow rabbit entering into frame while parties were going on at Freddy's, and then he would isolate them and pick them off and drag them away. It's a really dark premise, and they handled it all pretty well and keeping it nice and tight within this PG-13. And I know they were touting that they were pushing the limits of PG-13, but there was like one scene really that kind of did. And I think that was like when the spring locks blasted into his rib cage. I'm surprised that cleared it. You know, the stuff with the hooligans that were hired to go break into this place on behalf of his aunt, which again, that was a bonkers, absurd-ass character. That's the thing about this. Like, it skirts this weird line of trying to be this, like, I don't know if it, like, tonally, maybe the games are like this as well. Obviously, there's the disarming appeal of the setting, this fun house, little arcade, and these animal characters who are supposed to be your friends, hunting you down, singing the little humming tunes as they're coming to get you and stuff like that. It's already by nature going to be playing with some things like that. But then from the character's perspective at all, from our perspective at all, we're kind of pulled in these different directions throughout this, as a film at least. You know, we got this very serious, like, drama within this family that honestly I wasn't prepared for to go into this. Just kind of out from an outsider's perspective looking in. From what I've seen, I didn't see that there was too much about the security guard themselves. Like, are they actually this much of a character, or is this all like made up in the film? I'm sure a lot of the lore is pulling from different stuff, but like I always thought the main character was just some faceless dude. That was just an assumption that I had. But I liked their dynamic. I was quite surprised by how really that was the through line of this story. And you know, it took up a majority of the focus. Like, a lot of the times we'd have a little bit of a ramp up and escalation in the threats and the scares, in the animatronics and the way that they kind of sparsely appeared throughout the film. And we would just kind of intercut that each night, every night. I didn't count. I lost count after, I think, the second night. I would assume and presume that this took course over the 5 nights. But every night we would reset and we could check in back with the family, with the day life and stuff like that, which is something I didn't quite expect with this. Keeping this brother-sister drama about him trying to keep custody of her, take care of her after they lost their parents. You know, obviously they're also dealing with this trauma of having lost a brother. Though it seems like that maybe they had her after the fact and maybe she learned about that story because she wasn't at the picnic. So I would assume based on her age, she probably came after that and had suffered large in part by being raised during that traumatic period when the parents didn't know how to deal with everything, let alone the outcome for each parent. But then the fact that she's also so disconnected and out of touch with like the real world, the living world, where she's kind of found herself connected with these spirits through these drawings. Because even before he got the job, it seems like she had already been kind of being maybe targeted, maybe picked out. I don't know how he chooses his victims, and maybe it was because he visited his office in the first place. Maybe that's how she ended up on his radar to begin with. So I don't know. Because I'm curious about that, because she was sitting on her imaginary friend who, you know, she's drawing her friends, and it was all the kids we saw later before, so they were talking to her in some way before he even went to the place. there's a lot of things like that that just are mildly confusing to me, just kind of coming into this where I got a lot of questions. I don't know if these are things maybe the game expands upon or explains a little bit deeper, or if this is, again, something the movie is kind of manufactured for itself. But I like their dynamic. They had a very, very wholesome dynamic, and he was trying his best to do what was right by her. And I loved all that. I attached to that because I love when horror gives you characters at its center that you care about. I love just as much the slapsticky, like throw the popcorn in your face, have fun laughing at the terrible people getting their terrible fates, and you just kind of, you're there just for the throwaways of it all. But I really do love most when I get into a horror film and I care about the central characters, because it means that I care about what happens to them. Because there's a very different feeling in, you know, when scary stuff is happening to people you give nothing about, and scary stuff happening to people that you are endeared to, that you don't want anything bad to happen to. I think that elevates the stakes a lot. That said, I don't know that I ever truly felt like they were actually at threat. Even when he was getting cut up and all that kind of stuff, I don't know if we spent enough time with the animatronics pestering them so much that I really necessarily felt that vibe. Because every time they were around, mostly because Abby was there, I mean, they messed with him a fair amount, but it seemed like dude's getting through whole shifts, conked out with sleeping pills, running through his dream woods. I feel like that kind of, for me, took a little bit of the tension out of a lot of that what should have been a dynamic of him witnessing, like, Paranormal Activity style, like the escalation of weird happenings within there. You know, I don't, while there was some of it when we were cut away while action is happening, like when the people that were hired by the ant were breaking in and busting in, that we played around with the security cameras, seeing all the different angles, watching things happen on there as the animatronics pop up and appear in the shadows and in the corridors, just in the backlight and stuff like that. I feel like it could have used a little bit more of that during his shift, if he was aware and awake for some of that, and that he was on edge. Because I never felt like, until he had offered up Abby's life, that he was really on edge. So that was one of the things that kind of pulled a little bit of the tension out of it for me. But again, coming back to the animatronics though, they were really done really well. The suits they made for this were fantastic. Just the production design, the sets, all of that was really well done. I think it was shot really well. I think for the most part, the editing was really good throughout. And again, the designs, just from what I've seen from a layman, from somebody who's never played a games, but I've seen people cosplay as these characters. I've seen fan art of these characters. I've seen these characters. It's hard to like be a gamer or somebody in the pop culture sphere and not at least recognize the iconography. And I feel like they really kind of brought this place to life. Now, I don't know about the layout of like the building, the restaurant, the establishment itself, but as far as the characters go and the aesthetic, I think they capture that really nicely, because it is this kind of like disarming yet creepy kind of vibe that these things give off. I also got to pose a question. If the bodies of the children were in the animatronics themselves, how in the world did no one, when they were investigating this place, smell the rot coming out of those? Unless they like had a little like car style like air freshener just inside there at all times, like a souped up powerful one, that would reek. But that aside, you know, all that they, you know, where we had this like serious drama at the core of this film, I kind of got away from the point I was going to get into, is that, you know, there are these times where we have these really off the wall and kind of out of left field characters and even line deliveries, like even from Josh Huchterson, and especially some of the times where Matthew Lillard, in pure Lillard fashion, is kind of hamming up some of these lines. And maybe it's the lines themselves, or it's a combination of the lines and the deliveries. There's a couple of times where I was like, man, that was a really cheesy way to deliver this line, or it was unintentionally funny, or maybe it was intended to be funny. I couldn't always tell when that was the case. And then you'd have somebody like the Ant, who was just batshit insane and just seemed like a cartoon villain slapped into the middle of this on top of everything else that was going on. But I get why she was there. We needed a reason for more bodies to go in there to fill out the viscera, the excitement for the horror element of it. We got to see the killer robots kill people. We can't just have him surviving every night. I mean, I guess you could have. There's a way somebody Like a talented director and writing team could have made that a very thrilling and impactful film. Weird things are happening to him throughout the night, and he just narrowly has to get away from these situations while monitoring all these different stations and outlooks and trying to figure out if he's imagining it or if it's really happening. I feel like they really wanted to go for a middle ground while giving us like this real strong, thick narrative that they also wanted to fill out the fun elements of it and keep it enough for the younger audience that is kind of like that grew up with this game, and the younger audiences are still growing up with these games because hell, there's still new ones coming out too as we speak. So like they got to play this line where it's not too scary. I get what they're trying to do, but at times it just kind of feels like it's fighting itself a little bit. We needed some bodies to drop to feel the stakes if we were going to not do it by putting Mike at the center. So I get all of that. It just kind of makes the movie a little conflicted, I feel like. Again, it's packed with lore. Like there's a lot of exposition throughout the film. I kind of got the feeling that they maybe like tried too hard to explain all these different facets. I think some of these mysteries maybe could have even been left off for a possible sequel, which we're lightly teasing in this. I'm sure, knowing Blumhouse, if this makes money, we will definitely be seeing a sequel to this. So I feel like some of that could have been spread out or maybe more organically integrated if we spent more time out of that dreamscape and actually in the place. Like I think some of the time that was spent with him trying to get into this recurring dream could have been spent kind of building out in a more natural way some of the peripheral lore that was kind of needed throughout to kind of get across some of the reveals and twists and stuff like that. Basically what it boils it down to is I feel like the movie was juggling a whole lot all at once when it probably could have picked a couple of smaller elements and like really honed in on that. And I think it could have been the aspects of what I guess, I mean, for most is like the core gameplay mechanic, you know, building that into the story and making it tense, making it thrilling. Instead, we kind of got something that was kind of reaching a little beyond its scope to try to fill out what I feel like is like just a lot of peripheral explanation of how the world works. And maybe some of that could have been baked into the sequel. I don't know. I'm just speaking out of my ass for somebody who is, again, never played any of these games. I know the reputation. I've seen things, and I'm just kind of boiling that together into this pod. And you guys are going to be the ones that really kind of tell me how that goes. I did have fun. It is not without its problems. I can see why the critics aren't really enjoying the film because I did see like the tomato score and a couple of different reviews for it. Though I have seen some pretty favorable reviews, especially from some horror fanatics. I did have fun. I enjoyed this, again, like I said during the reaction, way more than the Willy's Wonderland, which is kind of, it tried to be a Five Nights at Freddy's kind of film in and of itself, taking up the same inspiration and kind of doing a lot of the same elements. But I don't know how it's going to stack up for people who love these games. I can tell you, just like, it was a great little popcorn flick. I don't think this is going to win any awards. I think the production and the look of this film was really, really well done. I do feel like the performances were a little hit or miss. Like there's some times where I thought the performances were really good, but then there were some other times where maybe it was the line itself or maybe the direction they were given in that scene. Some things just felt a little off at times. And again, they were kind of tonally at war with one another throughout the film. But overall, man, again, I had a really good time with this movie. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it off to you guys. What did you guys think? Especially you guys who have played all the games. How did this stack up? Clarify, if you will, any of the things that maybe don't make sense to me, maybe went over my head or I got wrong. I would love to know. But I hope you enjoyed the reaction at least. If you did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. Remember, if you want to see the full-length reaction, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, gets you access as well. And speaking of before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends. Manny Share, Ryan Karen, York, Scott, Margaret, Grace, Melito, Robert Anguiano, Jeffrey Hale, Jake Cantrell, Eric Official, Amy Becca, and Casey Wood. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. But that's it for this video, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.